Book and Wax friends. I'm Amber if you're new. Welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. I post about all things bookish and home fragrance. And today's video is a book tag video. I was tagged by the lovely Jen of Jen's Reading Life. And this is for the Cozy Autumn book tag. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about all things autumn and cozy and all things that I love. So the question number one is, what book always reminds you of the fall? So for me, a lot of books remind me of fall time that give those cozy vibes, but I always think of this book, and it is from The Lord of the Rings, the first book, Fellowship of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. And just look at the stunning dust jacket. So this is a dust jacket from Nerdy Ink. I got the whole Lord of the Rings series, and if this doesn't scream autumnal, then I don't know what does. So the first book takes place, or at least the beginning, when you first go into the story of Lord of the Rings. It starts out in autumn, beginning of autumn type of thing. And so this is always what I think of when I think of an autumnal read. So Fellowship of the Ring. The next question number two, is what is your favorite autumnal book cover? Well, I could go with all of these books, and but I think I'd actually also go with, I'm trying to look at this one is like fairy tale autumnal book covers. I meant to prepare for this question, and then I forgot. Well, this is one of them. I'll show you this one. So, A Dark and Secret Magic. Look at the adorable sprayed edges, but look at the inside of this. If you're looking for a whimsical, like, fantasy, this is a whimsical fantasy Halloween-y autumn vibes. So this one for sure gives me those favorite autumn book covers besides my Lord of the Rings ones. But this one is also, if I can get it out, and I will show you this one because this one is like fantasy, like full on fairy tale fantasy autumn book cover. So look at that. It's got pumpkins. It's so cute. So this is Rise of the Cinderfade. This kind of feels more winter, but if you turn it over to the back, look. So fantasy autumn extravaganza. So I would have to say that one too. So those are my answers for that question. Then question number three is, what is your favorite autumn drink to read with? I'm not a huge like drink while I'm reading type of person, because I'm always afraid of damaging my books. But if I do, during the autumn, I love apple cider. So apple cider for sure, but year round, I love peppermint hot chocolate. So if I'm not drinking apple cider and I want some other sort of cozy warm drink, then it is for sure peppermint hot chocolate, my absolute favorite. Okay, question four is, do you prefer to read late at night or early in the morning? I've always been a night reader. As I've gotten older, I've noticed that I'm starting to fall asleep while I'm reading at night, which is very annoying because it's my favorite time to read. So I would still say night reader, but I can't read as late as I used to be able to read. But I do prefer it to reading in the morning because I'm not a morning person at all. All right, next one is question five. What is your favorite spooky read? I am a big fat chicken. I am really not a spooky reader at all. Things scare me. And so I was like, what can I say for this? Because I don't have a lot of books. But I would have to say, from what I've read recently, Aaron A. Craig's House of Salt and Sorrows, which I read over the summer, that one had some creepy vibes to it for sure. And then there were some creepy elements in Belladonna as well, not so much the rest of the series. by Adeline Grace Belladonna. But in the first book especially, there was some kind of spooky things happening a little bit in that book. And then as far as a classic goes, if I'm talking about like full-on scary type of freaked me out, Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, short story. That one for sure is scary to me. So I guess, but I'm just not, I'm a chicken. I'm just a big fat chicken. So I don't really read horror. So I'm more scary books. So anyway, those answers will have to do. The next question is question 6, which is, what is the ultimate comfort read for you? There's a lot I could have chosen for this one as well. I always go back to my favorites that have been favorites forever and ever, and ones that I read and reread and will reread. I decided to go with a favorite since my childhood, and that is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. And this for sure does give autumn vibes as well. It does take place through multiple years, so you do get other seasons, not just autumn. But L.M. Montgomery is just the queen of writing about nature, describing it in such beautiful prose, and specifically her autumn, when she describes autumn, it's just amazing. And so this is for sure what I think of when I'm thinking of a cozy autumnal read. So Anne of Green Gables, the whole series, but specifically the first book. And I am doing a reread right now. I'm on book 4, I'm pretty sure, and loving every minute of it. So that is for question number 6. Question number 7 is, what is your favorite autumnal reading snack? Again, kind of like with a drink, I always worry about ruining my books. So I do snack a little more than I drink while I'm reading, but not a lot. So right now, though, one of my favorite things to snack on would be the peanut butter pretzels. I do adore peanut butter pretzels. I love pretzels. I love the Dots pretzels, peanut butter pretzels, all those types of things. Soft pretzels, yummy, yummy. So those are easy to snack on while I'm reading. So I for sure would probably say that if I had to choose. I don't eat the Dots pretzels while I eat, though, because you get stuff on your hands. And like I said, I worry about my babies, so I don't want to ruin my books. Okay, moving on to question number 8 is, what is your favorite autumnal candle? As you know, I am not only a book lover, I also adore home fragrance. So I have a few things to share with you, candles and wax melts. So the first candle I have to share is from Homeworks. It's called Harvest Leaves. I'm not sure if this is available this year. As I've said in past videos, I'm kind of on a candle buying ban since I'm still working on getting through candles that I've had for years and years, because I have a lot of candles. And I just don't burn them very often. So I do use a candle crock now to get through them. So I'm kind of put myself on a candle buying ban. I say kind of because you'll see the next candle I did just recently buy. But anyway, Harvest Leaves. This one tends to come back every year. It's amazing. So this is spiced pumpkin, mandarin, cranberry, fir balsam, and applewood. This is just the perfect fall into winter fragrance. Really good Thanksgiving scent, and I adore it. So it's one of my favorites by Homeworks. Then, as I said, I did just buy this because I was out of the scent, and it's my all-time favorite, like, Halloween candy scent, and that is Goose Creek's Trick or Treat. And let me see if it has the notes. It does. Let's see if I can actually read it. Caramel apple, pumpkin spice, graham cracker, gooey marshmallow, and melted chocolate. This seriously just smells like you stuck your nose in a Halloween bag, jack-o'-lantern candy after you went trick-or-treating. It's so good. So since I was out of it, I was like, I know I have to get this. There was a good sale at Goose Creek, and I was like, I gotta get it because it's my favorite out of every single home fragrance as far as like a Halloween home fragrance, candy home fragrance type of scent. Okay, moving on to wax melts because that is what I use more. And they are available. 2 are available. 1 is not, but I'll give you an alternative. My number 1 favorite home fragrance, fall home fragrance, if I had to pick just one, and that's hard for me to do, this is my absolute favorite, and that is Autumn Road Trip by Scentsy. I adore this scent so much. This is available, and my info is always down below for you. This is fresh, crisp apple, fresh pear, and you get the pear. Sometimes pear in home fragrance is hard to pick out when you have apple mixed in with it. I get the pear in this. And then this silver oak note is just fresh and amazing. I love it. So Autumn Road Trip. And then for you pumpkin lovers, I do love pumpkin as well, but I am mainly an apple girl over pumpkin if I had to choose. But pumpkin lovers unite as well. Pumpkin cinnamon swirl. This is it's like a pumpkin cinnamon roll with cream cheese frosting. That's what it smells like. It is an amazing scent. Does come back every fall. Hopefully it'll continue to come back. It is available now, and it's so, so good. So, pumpkin cinnamon swirl. And then this is the one that is not available, but I have it in my Scentsy Club, which is our subscription service. And so I continue to get it, even though it's not available on my regular website. This is another one I'm obsessed with, and that is Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters Perfectly Wicked. A long name, but it's an amazing scent. And this is and I'm picky about cherry, but I love this. This is a deep cherry berry with like a smoked vanilla and deep heavy spice with a little cedar as well. This is a Halloween scent for sure. If you're familiar with Tom Ford's Lost Cherry perfume, that's what this smells like in home fragrance form. And you would think like, oh, that's kind of weird as home fragrance. Let me tell you, you want it as home fragrance. It's so good. Unfortunately, you can't get it anymore. But as an alternative, this is one you can get, and I really like this. This is new to the Scentsy world this year on my website. That is Old Fashioned Evening. If you're looking for a really good tart, good cherry with, I think it has a little bit of rum with a little bit of smokiness and spice, it's really good too. Tart, sweet cherry mixed with all those other notes. Vanilla, I think, is in it as well. So it's a good alternative to this one if you can't get your hands on that one, but this one's really good too. So, okay, I'm blabbering about home fragrance. Like I said, I adore that as well as books. So let's move on though. So those are my favorites if I had to pick for fall melting and burning. Okay, next up is question 9, and that is, what is your favorite fall activity? Well, reading, obviously, but that's my favorite all year activity. So every year, besides reading, there is a pumpkin patch that's local to our area that we go to every year, and it's fun. And now that I have a little grandbaby as well, it's going to be a blast taking him this year now that he is more mobile, not little baby, and just to see how much he loves being at the pumpkin patch too. Lots of good food to eat. Of course, all the pumpkins, corn maze. They have a corn like shot, or not corn, pumpkin slingshot thing. Lots of little rides, you know, they go all out. So I really do enjoy going to our local pumpkin patch. So that would have to be my answer if we're not counting reading. Question number 10, the final question is, what is on your fall reading list? So I will link my fall TBR at the end of this video, so you can see like the full, and even then it's not really full. Well, I'll link the two. I have a Halloween specific to October fall TBR, and then for the whole fall, but these are, I've narrowed down from those lists, some of them. So the first one I have is, again, you saw this earlier, A Dark and Secret Magic by Wallace Kinney. This is a cozy fantasy, takes place during the Halloween and leading up to Halloween, and it's about a witch who ends up needing to plan a party for Halloween, and it's her birthday, and she ends up having to help. She's like a hedge witch, I think is what she is. And so people come and stay that need help, come and stay with her type of thing. And so it's going to give all those cozy, magical, whimsical fall vibes. I've heard it is amazing. Okay, next up, Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This is a witch hunter book with an arranged marriage type of situation, marriage of convenience. I've heard it's really good, and yes, so I want to get to that one for sure. Then The Crescent Moon Tea Room. This is by Stacy Savinsky. This is also about, I think, witches. There's 3 sisters, and they have to take over their family's tea room, and they each have their own like drama that they have to go through. And I thought this would be a fun November read. So that is The Crescent Moon Tea Room. Then I have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I am about less than a quarter, but getting close to a quarter of the way through this. I was reading it in September. It was giving me more November vibes, and so I'm moving it to November. I'm excited to continue it. It is on my fourth quarter 5-star predictions. Actually, Serpent and Dove is as well. So I have high hopes for this. I've heard it's amazing. I know a little bit about it. Jane Eyre is an orphan. She ends up becoming a governess for the Rochesters. And there's gothic, spooky things that happen, and there's a love story as well. So I'm excited to continue that one. And then last but not least is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. She is the author of the Shepherd King duology. So if you're not familiar with that duology, it's One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. Adored that duology. They were almost 5 stars for me. It was because of content. I'm very sensitive to like profanity and stuff, and there was kind of a lot in it, unfortunately. So it didn't reach 5-star level for me, but the story and the magic system and everything, the gothic vibes in it, absolutely highly recommend. So this is by that same author, and it is about a seer and a knight who doesn't believe in what she does, and there's a mystery that they have to solve because some of her other sister seers, from what I've heard, are they're either getting murdered or they're disappearing, one of those things. And so there's this mystery that they have to solve together, and it is a fantasy with some romance in it, I've heard. And so yeah, all the things that I love, gothic vibes as well. So I am excited to get to this one in November. So that's it in regards to some of the books on my reading list. As you all know, and I'm sure yours is as well, TBR's massive. So these are just some of them. I have a never-ending TBR. I'm never going to get to all of them, but I enjoy continuing to put books on my TBR. So that's it, you guys. That is my Cozy Autumn book tag. I tag you if you feel like doing it. I will hopefully remember to tag some people in the description as well. But please feel free to make your own video or answer the questions down in the comments. And if you don't have anything to say, why don't you leave some fall leaves emojis in the comments? Because those things definitely help me and my channel to grow and to be seen through YouTube's algorithm. So I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.